Good morning, Davison. I'm Emily Burwell.
And I'm Melissa Harris, and these are today's top stories.
The corner of M15 and Clark Street is one of the busiest intersections in the Davison community.
The situation creates a treacherous corner for those students walking to school each day. Luckily, Marvin Masters is there to guarantee a safe passage for those commuting youngsters.
Which way are you going today, buddy? Okay, we're hanging out right over there.
Every day, Central Elementary students get out of school, and crossing guard Marvin Masters is there to see them safely across the street.
See you later. Just really not paying attention, making illegal turns. They're on the cell phones too much, and they're just really not paying attention. Come on, guys.
Realizing punishments may make you a little more aware.
I've had conversation with the Chief of Police, Bill Brandon, and this running a stop sign can be a very serious offense and very costly. $500 fine and possibly 90 days in jail.
There have been many close calls, but no serious injuries have occurred.
Every day is very dangerous out here. We have almost accidents every day and a lot of close calls. We had one a couple weeks ago where a man almost hit a boy. Fortunately, he didn't.
The safety of the kids is the most important thing, so when driving, especially in a school zone, take some extra precautions.
I just think if people just take a couple extra seconds to look around them, just pay a little more attention, and stay off the cell phones while they're at the school crossing, it'd be so much safer for all the kids.
Melissa Harris, DTV News.
You know, when I leave school every day, I usually try to avoid that corner because there is so much traffic.
I've seen way too many people run that stop sign. It definitely creates a very serious safety issue.
Tomorrow, the Key Club will be selling senior kiss goodbyes during all lunches for $1. This will be your last opportunity to tell that special senior just how special they are to you. Seatbelts and car seats are something parents never forget in protecting their child while riding in a car. But something as simple as rolling up the windows and lighting up could have long-term harmful effects on the person you are trying to protect. Cody Clark has the whole story.
A new bill may soon be introduced that will allow police officers to pull over any drivers who are smoking with children under the age of 18.
I believe the bill that's being considered now is an excellent idea. Just like we mandate that people wear seatbelts in their car for safety reasons, I think that we should not expose children to passive smoke for their safety and for their health.
But how do parents feel about this new bill?
How do I feel about the law that's being passed about smoking in the car with your children that are 18 and under? I think our legislators have too much time on their hands. I think they have got their budget so out of whack that they are just trying the most inane ways of trying to raise money to get them out of debt.
We know that children who are exposed to passive cigarette smoke suffer more problems with upper respiratory tract infections. They have more breathing problems, they have more ear infections, and just tend to be unhealthier.
Smoking in my car with my children is endangering myself and my children. We can abort a baby when we're 7 to 8 months pregnant, and that's legal. But they're going to tell me I can't smoke in my vehicle with my children? I think it's ridiculous.
With different views and opinions, this bill has a long way before becoming a law. But no matter what the outcome.
Your children's future is in your hands.
Cody Clark, DTV News.
Thanks, Cody. Now we'll head over to the sports desk with today's edition of your DTV Sports.
Thanks, Emily. I'm Zach Hall with today's edition of your sporting news. Attention softball players. Pictures will be taken tomorrow, that's Tuesday, at 5 p.m. on the field, so please attend. In the Big Nine, there's been a rivalry between Davison and Kearsley, but lately, the only place of peace between these two schools has been the deep end of the pool. Emily Burwell has the rest of your story.
Normally, when you see Kearsley and Davison together, they're competing at an athletic event. But here at the Kearsley pool, they're working together as one. These rivals don't normally get along, but their coach Courtney says they get along.
Great. You never know it was two schools combined. I mean, they really get along well. There's no there's competition among the team, but there's not competition among the schools. It really works great. And schools like Davison or Flushing is another one, and it used to be Carmen Ainsworth-Clio. They don't have two of them don't have pools, which is why Davison's combined with us. and there's just not the interest there to look into getting a facility. So that's really why we combine the teams. That way the other school gets the benefit of having the program, but they get to sponge off another district's expense. And Davison does share the cost. They share the cost of the busing and the coaching and all that good stuff. So
This year, the team has worked extremely hard to reach their goal of being number 1.
We've done a pretty solid job so far this year. We beat most everyone we usually beat, and we're looking to continue our year doing a pretty good job. We've had practices twice a day, 2 times a week, and swimming and getting up at 4:15 in the morning. It's gonna make it better working that hard, so we've been doing a lot of that.
Even though you may not know much about swimming, come on out and show your support to the Kearsley-Davison varsity swim team.
Meets are actually pretty fun to watch, so you should come out and see some.
Emily Burwell, DTV News.
That's it for your DTV Sports. Now we'll head back to the girls with the rest of your news.
Thanks, Zach. Many students around Davison High think that copying someone else's homework is okay. But as we found, the effects caused by cheating could devastate any student's future. Brett Schooley is here with us now to tell the story.
Copying your friend's homework at the last minute. Getting answers from your neighbor during that difficult algebra test. These are things that are considered cheating and something that many of the students don't take seriously enough.
Please remember the honor system. No cheating.
Cheating. Many of us try to get past our teacher's eyes, but do we really realize how it affects our future?
Scholarships, become available, and then it's impossible for the teacher to give them a recommendation for scholarship if they cheated.
Cheating probably won't be resolved anytime soon. But really, how are students cheating these days?
There are all kinds of wonderful new ways to cheat. People can cheat so much easier today with technology. And that's why it's become even maybe a bigger issue.
We all have learned. Teachers, they know everything.
When an English teacher has been reading the student's work, they know the student's style, they know the way that the student formulates his sentences, they know the kind of vocabulary. The minute we see something that isn't characteristic of the student, we become detectives, not English teachers.
As many teachers inform you, you're only hurting yourself in the long run.
I can tell you that by cheating and plagiarizing that you're not, you're shortchanging yourself in your high school experience, and you're not living up to your full potential. But what it really comes down to is that you're not learning the skills that are needed for college. So you're not learning how to, do good time management, how to be resourceful, and how to just depend on yourself to do your work.
So winners never cheat and cheaters never win. So the next time the opportunity arises, make your decision. Brett Schooley, DTV News.
Thanks, Brett. There's still time to become involved with the Red Cross Volunteer Program for the summer. Applications are available in the Career Center and the training sessions are scheduled for June 3rd and June 8th. We have plenty more news still to come.
But first, we'll take a short break.
Lawrence Technological University has a scholarship for high school juniors who are interested in pursuing a career in the technology field. See Ms. Ford for more information. School isn't something most average students would consider a dream come true, but for one little girl, going on to high school with all of her friends will remain just that.
Dropping out of high school and losing your hair isn't anything a middle school student would want to go through, but one girl in the Davison district is battling a life-changing disease. For most 8th grade students, classwork and friends are their only problems, but for Taylor Wyson, there's much more to worry about.
I had an earache and I got took to the doctor and they said that they didn't like my color. So then I developed an earache, and from there they took my blood and they tested the blood and it came back leukemia.
Taylor's actual diagnosis is ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia. also known as cancer of the blood. Children like Taylor have to go through severe treatments, such as bone marrow aspirations and chemo treatments. But the effects of the treatments are what really hurt the most.
One of the toughest things these kids go through, all their friends that they hang out with and are able to just come over, a lot of times they can't come over because you have to stay so germ-free and so reserved that a lot of times they can't visit. You might lose a household pet if you have a dog or a cat. They might have to go away. I mean, a lot of the normal things that 13, 14-year-old teenage girls go through. She says every week she has to go in and chemotherapy, even though she's in remission, they have to finish the whole sequence out. It makes her sick every single time. So you can count on once a week. Just think about your own life. Once a week, you're guaranteed to get yourself a nice stomachache.
Setting aside the fact that Taylor has a guaranteed sick every week and she's lost all of her hair, she still has the hopes of being a normal teenager.
I guess you could just say, think that or believe that you're gonna get through it, and I have so many people that are telling me I'm gonna get through it, so that just makes it a whole lot easier.
Recently, at a benefit for Children's Miracle Network to help out children like Taylor with leukemia or cancer, Katie Crawford, a worker from Hurley Hospital, told us just how much she thinks of Taylor after going shopping with her for the day.
She amazes me, absolutely amazes me for a few reasons. Like I said, I just moved to Michigan from North Carolina, away from my family, by myself on my own, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm strong. I've got courage, I'm a strong girl, but you know what, no. Seeing Taylor and everything that she's been going through at 13, I'm a coward, compared to her. I don't have an ounce of strength. I don't have anything, any kind of just courage like she does. I mean, that lady is a beautiful young lady, and she holds her head up high, and I wouldn't have known. If I hadn't known, or if I hadn't interviewed her a few minutes ago, if I didn't know she had cancer, I would have no idea. She's fun, she has style, she knows what looks cute, and she always has a smile on her face. It was healing, I think, more for me than it would have been for her.
With a smile on her face, Taylor tells us what we can do to help.
I just want people to treat me like a person, like a teenager, and I want to be able to hang out with my friends, and I don't want them to judge me for not having hair. And I don't feel comfortable about anybody not wearing my wig except my family. And I don't know, I guess I want people to treat me how they'd treat me if I didn't have this.
Emily Burwell, DTV News.
Wow, she really is a brave little girl.
When I was working on that story, I really couldn't even imagine when I was watching it that one 13-year-old little girl can have that much courage.
For everyone here at DTV, I'm Melissa Harris.
And I'm Emily Burwell. Have a great day, DHS.